All right, good morning. It is Thursday, March 26th. We are officially getting through our first week of online learning. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to do my best to walk you through our lesson for today. It is both an online and the webcam. I know, trying something even more technical. I have my coffee. I'm dressed and ready in my new shirt. I'm ready to go. Okay, so we've been talking about ecosystems, and we did an activity yesterday where you looked at why a hawk would move to the city. And hopefully you had a chance to go outside and look at what you might see outside. What's going on? Is there something that you found in your neighborhood that showed you maybe some animals that you could make a food web with? So I'm trying to see if you can see this, and I'll do my best to position this here. But I started to create our board just like we would do at school. And so the question we have is, the question, I'll read it to you just so you can't, because I don't think you can really see it there. It says, why would a hawk move to the city? And that's kind of what we investigated yesterday. We looked at the fact that it had a food source there. We know that in that city, there were pigeons and they eat pigeons. So there was a food source for them. So and readily available. Pigeons were there because there's lots of people that have food and they have access to it. So you go where your food is. So I asked you to look at yesterday the food chains that you might see outside your neighborhood or outside your window or in your neighborhood. So you looked at that, and we kind of did a little bit of that in our PhD work. We looked at those food chains. We looked at the fish and the people and this eating the fish from the mangrove trees that were hiding in that space. But this I liked the two questions that came out of that. One was, what does it eat? So when you're looking at a particular animal, you can look at what does it eat? And you should hopefully find something that it's going to be able to eat in that area. Why would it stay if there isn't something for it to eat? It wouldn't. It would move on. But the other part of that is, in addition to it being a predator, it would also be a prey, meaning something might eat it. So it's the questions of what does it eat and what eats it. Yesterday, I saw a couple of really good examples of them. I'll put some online for you to look at. If you haven't had a chance to send that to me, please make sure you're drawing it out, you're writing it out, you're using a Google Doc and you're sending it to me, you're putting it in a slide with pictures. Maybe you took pictures, maybe you have a little video you took on your phone. I'm totally flexible with how you're sending it to me. I just want to make sure you're sending me something that shows me you did the thinking. But ultimately, we figured out one thing, is that all things need food to survive. And with that, they're also part of a food web, part of that food chain that so we have to think about which, on both sides, what are they eating and what is going to eat them. So we've kind of talked about animals, but now we want to go back and talk about plants. And this kind of picks up where we were before we went to this remote learning. So our next activity is about what do plants eat. Sorry, we're going to try to move forward here. What do plants eat? And so I want to go through this video with you today. We're going to go through a part of it. There's a Google Forms that I've asked you to create here, I've created it, I'm sorry. But I'm asking you to open up that Google Forms, and you're going to want to have it open while you are going through this lesson with me today, because the Google Forms asks you some questions about what we're talking about. Sometimes when we're doing this mystery, you know that they'll stop and ask us a question, and we'll turn and talk to a partner kind of thing, or we'll discuss as a group. In this activity, you're going to go to your Google form that I created, and it's going to ask that question. And that's where you're going to put your thinking down, just like you would if you were sharing with a friend. So please make sure you have both documents open, that you are watching this video as well as you have that Google Forms open. So let's kind of go through here. I'm going to grab myself a chair. Hold on. All right. So Or not. Well, we'll just kind of scroll back through. You know how that goes when Mrs. Hickey gets through, and we got to go back to the beginning. Sorry, guys. You can see it's a pretty cool activity. It's too bad we're not doing it in person, but that's all right. We'll make this work. All right, here we go.
Hi, it's Doug. If you're someone who likes to eat bacon.
Oh, here we go with the delays again. We'll give this a try and see how it works. Hopefully it fixes itself. Bless you.
Breakfast. But you aren't always a fan of eating your vegetables at dinner.
No. Who wouldn't eat their vegetables? We had bacon yesterday for lunch. Gavin and Seamus wanted bacon and eggs for breakfast, so I was too busy getting my YouTube video up that was giving me a hard time, kind of like this is now. And hopefully it will work. All right, I think we're going to have to try it a little differently now.